everyone, and welcome to Go-to-Market AI, the future of your go-to-market tech stack. I'm your host, Sarah McConnell. These days, it seems like every company has AI, but on this show, we want to go a level deeper so you can see firsthand how businesses are actually applying AI to solve your business challenges. We're going deep into the use cases and showing you live demos of the latest and greatest in technology. And speaking of the latest and greatest in AI technology, today I'm joined by Crystal Reitmeyer, Director of Product Marketing at Qualified. Crystal, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's such a treat to be here, Sarah.
No, it's such a full circle moment. Obviously, I'm a power user of Qualified. I'll start this show and usually be like, I haven't seen a demo of this product. I'm so excited to see it. But in this case, I've seen many demos and I use this product every single day, which makes me so much more excited to bring it to our viewers so they can see firsthand Qualified's AI functionality. But before we get into it, Crystal, can you tell everyone a little bit who's Qualified, what do you do, and who are you helping?
Absolutely. So Qualified is an AI pipeline generation platform, and we help B2B sales and marketing leaders increase website conversions from the website, but more specifically with qualified buyers. And so hence the name Qualified.
Okay, so quick and easy. Let's get right into the demo. I would love to see what the AI functionality of Qualified looks like in real time.
All right. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and kick things off here within the Qualified application. And so at Qualified, we totally get that when you have thousands of website visitors on your site every month, it can be really tricky to know how to separate the signal from the noise. Which visitors do you focus on? Who matters most to your business? It can be really tricky. And so what you see here is live streams and segments. So this is a visual representation of everything that's going on your website, but it's taking all of these visitors and it's neatly organizing them and prioritizing them based on what we know about them. So with Qualified, we're able to identify all of your website visitors and then segment them and then put these in these really organized streams and segments. And this really helps your go-to-market teams know exactly where they should be focusing their attention and which buyers matter most to the business. Now, I'm going to go ahead and switch views here to a visitor. So let's say my name is Molly and I work at Autodesk and I am interested in a pipeline generation solution. Naturally, I'm going to go to the Qualified website. So I'm going to go ahead and browse around the site, just learning a little bit more about the products and the solutions, just getting to know it a little bit more. Forgive my internet, it's a little spotty. Okay, so what you can see here, let me get to a good place here. Okay, so what you can see here in the bottom right, this is our AI-powered chatbot. It knows that my name is Molly, I work at Autodesk, so it knows that it should initiate a conversation with me proactively. Let's say, however, I'm not quite ready to engage, I'm going to continue browsing around the website, but while I browse, the chatbot is continuing to watch my browsing behavior, and then it's going to go ahead and use that information to nudge me with a really contextual message and try to hook me into a demo. So these chatbots, their primary mission is to generate pipeline. So it's using all this information about me to engage me. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and say I'm ready to engage with this chatbot. So I'd like to know more about customer stories. So right now, the chatbot is going through the system and trying to figure out what is the best possible answer it can give me. Let's give it a minute here. Okay, so absolutely, Molly, we have a variety of customer stories and case studies. So it's given me a really personalized answer. But what I also want to call out here is it says, is there a specific industry or anything else that you're interested in? So that's one thing that makes our chatbots so unique. It's not just sitting idly by, giving you really reactive answers to questions. Our chatbots are proactively engaging website visitors that matter. And they're trying to continue the conversation. They want to keep someone engaged in that conversation so they continue to ask questions. So that's something that's really unique about our chatbots. So let's say it's a buyer. I want to know a little bit more about pricing. So again, the chatbot is going back through the system and trying to figure out an answer. So this is really interesting that I want to call out. This is actually a really intelligent answer that the chatbot is giving back. Obviously, it's been trained on our pricing. It knows how our pricing and plans are structured, but our chatbots are built with goals in mind. And those goals are continuing the conversation with someone, getting that person into a sales meeting, or handing them off to a sales rep for a live conversation. So with this particular question, the chatbot knows pricing is really nuanced. This is a difficult conversation. This is an opportunity for me to work towards that goal of getting this person into a demo. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, I'd like a demo. Okay. So now the chatbot is going through Salesforce, traversing the entire instance, no matter how complex it may be, finding my dedicated sales reps for the Autodesk account, and then serving up their calendar. So this is all happening in a matter of seconds. So just a few minutes ago, I was just a website visitor. And now with the chatbot, I'm booking time with my dedicated sales reps. So in just a few clicks, I can book some time that works for me. I'm going to do a courtesy for Molly at Autodesk and go ahead and change the email here. Poof. There we go. And just like that, I have a meeting booked. So like I said, this is really, for me as a buyer, a really great booking experience, but it's also great for our sales reps because they don't have to spend time chasing me down, trying to get me into a meeting, which, let's face it, there's a lot of times a lot of drop off. Instead, they can focus on preparing for meetings because their calendars are going to be booked with meetings. So it's a great experience for buyers and sellers alike. Now, let's just say I've changed my mind as a buyer and I actually have some pressing questions and I'd like to talk to someone now. Okay, so the chatbot is able to converse Salesforce, figure out who should route this conversation to, and alert that sales rep. So I'm going to go ahead and switch views again to show you what it looks like on the sales rep side. All right, so here we are within the qualified application once more, and you can see this person was routed to me. And that's because I've been identified in Salesforce as their dedicated sales rep. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the conversation. Okay, and I'm going to orient you real quick here. So on the far left, this is what we call a Visitor 360. So we're taking all this data across all these disparate systems, and we're putting it together in this really holistic user profile. So as a sales rep, I can see everything I need to know about this particular visitor. In the center here, this is called Live View. So I have a full browsing history of this particular visitor and how they've engaged with the site. And I can also watch them engage with the site in real time. So I can give you a little glimpse of that. So you can see my cursor moving. Pretty wild stuff.
It never gets old.
Right? Exactly. Like, this is honestly one of my favorite features, and we've had it, since day one. So let's say, as a sales rep, I'm ready to start the conversation. So I can see here on the right-hand side, I have a full history of the conversation that this buyer has had with the chatbot. So I'm going to go ahead and start the conversation. All right, let me just jump in and introduce myself. Hi, Mary. I'm Allie. How can I help? So let's say Mary wants to know a little bit more about pricing. Obviously, as a sales rep, I know how to answer this question, but I'm going to use our AI-powered Copilot features to help me answer this question much more quickly. Because when I'm in a live chat, time is of the essence, right? I don't want this person to abandon the conversation. I need to give them a quick, efficient, and thorough answer as quickly as possible. So I can go ahead and just say, suggest. And with qualified AI, it's going to recommend an answer for me based on this person's question. I have the option to go ahead and edit this if I so choose, but I'm going to go ahead and send it off. Okay, now let's say Mary, she has another kind of complex question here about implementation. Okay, so again, as a sales rep, I know how to answer this question, but time is of the essence. So again, I'm going to use an AI-powered feature called Auto Expand, which basically will just take bullet points or notes and expand on that. So I can say qualified implementation, expand. And within a matter of seconds, it's going to return the most appropriate answer for me. Let's give it a second. There we go. So again, I have the option to edit, but I'm going to go send it off. Now, as a sales rep, I can also seize this opportunity to go ahead and start a live conversation face-to-face with this buyer on the website. All I have to do is turn on my camera and say a quick hello, just like that. And I'm having, what's that?
Or Crystal and Crystal moment here.
Exactly. But now I'm having a face-to-face conversation with this buyer, which is totally revolutionary and super exciting. And this is just one more way that you can generate more pipeline from your website. So I'm going to go ahead and end the conversation there. Okay. So I just covered a lot of things. So let me do a quick recap before I move on. Basically, what you saw was our AI-powered chatbots, which were able to identify and segment a visitor, proactively engage them, monitor website activity, answer questions in a meaningful way, book a conversation, book a meeting, work towards goals, and do a sales handoff. And all of this is happening automatically without any human intervention whatsoever. It's pretty wild, to be honest. And then what's more, you saw our AI-powered Copilot features to help me as a sales rep operate more efficiently. So you saw auto suggest and auto expand. And again, it's just helping me to work much faster and more thoroughly. Questions, Sarah, before I move on?
No. I use this every day, so it's so fun to see sort of like the demo side of it, but I get to benefit from what you just showed every single day. And some of the coolest things to me are always, one, the pricing nuance, being able to train AI to not answer specific questions that I might not even let normal sales reps or SDRs answer, something like pricing. Having a chatbot, an AI chatbot that knows now is a time with my goals to try to book a meeting is so important. I'm not worried about it. I'm not stressed about it. I know it's working towards those goals that I've set that I care about as a demand gen marketer. And then I've also seen our reps with like auto expand, auto suggest. It's just so easy. When it's time for a human conversation, we obviously want to do that seamless handoff to a human, because there are times when that human conversation really does need to happen for your VIP buyers. And we're just trying to build all of these things that make it so much easier for them to have those live conversations when they do happen. So it is really cool. I can say again, as someone who uses this product every day, it will help you book more meetings. Like your reps' calendars are going to have meetings. They're not going to be booked with the wrong people. It's going to be with the right people because of our Salesforce. So this is amazing. But
totally. And I mean, I think you kind of hit it. It's like when you're in it every day and you see this product every day, you kind of lose sight of how special it is. But really, this is some groundbreaking stuff. And now that we're turbocharging it with AI, it's just all the more reason why it's going to generate more pipeline from your website. But I have a little bit more to show you. So I'm going to, there's more. So I'm going to pivot over to qualified meetings now. Let's say Mary is back on the website. But let's say I don't have time right now to engage with the sales rep or talk to a chatbot, but I do want to book a meeting. So I can come back onto the website and use the CTA button to schedule a demo. Now, typically, this will trigger a form that can be a little bit arduous, a little bit obnoxious to fill out. And let's face it, oftentimes there is some drop off. But with qualified, they already know who I am. They already know that I'm a qualified buyer. And so it's going to automatically serve up a calendar invite with my dedicated sales reps. And so this is speed to lead. And this is just like a huge accelerator when it comes to pipeline from your website. So I can go ahead and just book some time. And just like that, time's been booked in just a few clicks. It couldn't be any easier.
Qualified Meetings is one of my favorite. It is a newer-ish product, although we've had so much innovation the last couple of years, it doesn't even feel that new anymore. But for me, as someone who spends a lot of time doing ABM, Qualified Meetings is just so impactful. Like, I've got reps outbound into these people. We know that they're important to us. If they're on the website and they want to schedule a demo, I already know you're qualified. I don't need to spend time going back and forth with you.
Make it easy.
Hoops. I'm going to book you time right with your reps. My reps love it. It helps with the sales and marketing alignment. They're getting meetings with the people that they care about and not with the wrong people. And buyers love it. It's a very buyer-centric experience. You're not making them answer really long and arduous forms like you talked about. And they get to talk to the reps who know stuff about their accounts already. So Qualified Meetings has always just been one of my favorite features. And I will say from a pipeline perspective has made one of the biggest impacts on our pipeline number.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. And our customers honestly are echoing that same sentiment. Now I have one last thing that I want to show you, which is called Qualified Signals. And it's an AI-powered product that is for buying intent specifically. So I'm going to hop on over to that now. So here we are in Signals, and this is a really powerful product because it's all powered by predictive AI. So it's basically taking all this really valuable first-party website data like page scrolls, time on site, clicks, page views, all this data that's really underutilized, and it's combining it with third-party research data to present you with this buying intent. And so it's basically saying like, okay, these are all of the accounts that are in your Salesforce or who are on your website. And it can figure out, we think that these accounts are showing the highest propensity to buy. And so this helps your go-to-market teams to really focus on that low-hanging fruit, because otherwise, why would you go after a cold account? So this really helps your teams to focus their time and their energy in a way that matters. So what's more is I have this whole list of different accounts that I can go after, but I can also click into each one of these accounts to better understand or have a deeper understanding of how this account has engaged with my site. So I can scroll up and down and see all the different pages that they visited. I can see how their intent has changed over time. And I can also see all of the different visitors that are associated with this account who have been on my website. So I have, like I said, just a complete holistic profile of everything I need to know about this account to help inform my next best step as on my go-to-market teams, and just to help me better understand the history of this account so I know exactly what to do to get this account to convert.
That is amazing. Crystal, thank you so much for taking us through everything in Qualified. There is a whole lot of different AI functionality to choose from within Qualified's product. Thank you for showing it to us. Now, I would love to move on into our lightning round Q&A section if you're ready.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so first question is, how long have you been building AI into Qualified?
Really great question. So I would say the debut of Signals, which was about over 3 years ago, that was really our first kind of foray into AI, because even back then we realized AI is the future. That's where we're going. So we wanted to start infusing it into our product suite. And so Signals was our first foray into that.
Amazing. And is what you showed today available for customers?
There are pieces of what I showed today that are currently available for customers, specifically our AI-powered Copilot features like auto-suggest and auto-expand. Those are available for customers today. Our AI chatbots are currently just kind of getting refined with our product team, and those are getting release ready. But those should be available, I would say, in maybe another quarter or two.
Amazing. And speaking of customers, who are some of the customers benefiting from Qualified's AI functionality?
So my answer to that is I would argue that all of our customers are benefiting from our AI functionality, but more specifically, I would say we have customers like Gamma and FreshBooks that are really leveraging that those Copilot features that I talked about. But we also have customers like Dialpad who are using our Signals product. And again, that's what's really helping them to focus on those high intent accounts.
Absolutely. Next question is, what is next on Qualified's AI roadmap?
So, like I said, we are leaning in hard to AI. I mean, this is truly where the industry is going, and it's definitely where Qualified's going. We are at the forefront. And so we're bringing AI into our entire product suite. So if you look at our roadmap, basically our entire roadmap is dedicated to AI at this point. But kind of the bigger chunks that are worth talking about is AI chatbots. This is currently available in early access for select customers, but it's super exciting. Our customers are just like clamoring to get their hands on it. But we also have a really exciting product called Qualified Offers. So we recently announced this particular product, and it's getting ready to debut. Our engineers have been hard at work getting this thing built. But this is a really cool product because, again, it's another way to maximize pipeline from your website. So basically what you can do is you can capitalize on all of your website real estate, and you can serve these really tailored, personalized marketing offers to every single website visitor based on what you know about them. So because you can identify your visitors, you can segment, and you know exactly like which accounts they belong to and where they are in the buying journey, you can then tailor those marketing offers. So for example, maybe you have somebody who's like earlier on in their buying journey, you can offer them something like an ebook. But then maybe you have somebody who's like further down the funnel on the decision stage. Maybe you offer them something like an exclusive invite to an event, something along those lines. And then that way you can really maximize those conversions because you're tailoring those offers. But what's more is it's powered by AI. So our AI on the back end is recommending which offers should be served to each person. And then it's continuously optimizing for peak performance. So this is like a pretty awesome product, and it's going to be coming out in the next couple of quarters.
And you really hit the nail on the head. I know this firsthand, that AI truly is our entire roadmap. So there's a lot coming. And then the last question for you, Crystal, what are some other AI-powered products that our team is using and loving right now?
Totally. Well, first and foremost, I would say Qualified. We seriously do drink our own champagne at Qualified. We are constantly stress testing the product. We're trying to learn best practices, and then we're sharing that with our customers so that they can get the most out of our product. That is truly so important to us. But for me personally, working on product marketing, I actually really love Figma, which never thought I would say that. I love Figma because it really helps me to visualize how I want to tell a story, visualize a narrative, and visualize a value prop for any particular product or feature that we're rolling out. And it also just really helps me to have these like clear lines of communication with our creative team. Sarah, what about you?
Yeah, this is such a fun one because I feel like I can actually answer this question because it is a qualified unqualified. Some other ones I'd love to give a shout out to. We use 6 Sense for our ABM. They were it was actually our marquee first episode of season 1 of Go-to-Market AI. They've got some really awesome AI functionality throughout their entire product. Salesforce is another great one. We are built on Salesforce. We live and breathe Salesforce. They've really been a pioneer in the AI industry as well. So we get a lot of benefit from their product. And those, I think, are the two biggest ones that come to mind, besides obviously Qualified, which Crystal already said, but I'm our power user Qualified, so got to say it twice. Qualified is probably my most frequently used AI-powered product.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, Crystal, thank you so much for joining us on this show today. This was such a fun one for me. It was great to see you showcase some of the product functionality that I use and love every single day. So thank you so much for joining me.
This was a pleasure. Thank you, Sarah.